Hey Snug, I honestly hate how I look. Like, a lot. And no matter what anyone tells me, I just can't believe it. I'm about to turn 16 and I've never had a girlfriend or made any real friends since elementary school. I overthink everything I say, especially over text and social media. It just makes things worse. Seeing everyone in a relationship's all happy and stuff. It's starting to feel like no matter how much I try, I'm just doing something wrong. And people tell me it's gonna get better, but it's getting harder to believe that things are just gonna work out when they haven't for so long. Feeling like this is honestly, I feel like something everyone goes through, like believe it or not, even those people in relationships. And I'll explain why. You're young. I'm young. Okay, so I'm qualified to know who's young. About to turn 16, you know, like, I'm 19, and I know that there's still so much that I have not experienced. And sure, you know, you're told a lot that these years that you're experiencing now, like, you'll hear some people, I peaked in high school, and it's like, whoa. If that was their best, shouldn't I, like, be trying to make this my best, you know? And then you feel bad whenever it's, like, not going well. My high school years were some of the worst years of my life. Easily. I was the least social, I had the least friends, I had nothing going on in my life, I had no passions, no interests, I was literally, excuse my language, a chud. I was not at all who or where I wanted to be. And it sucked. It sucked a lot. But something important to remember in these times where you feel like nothing is going your way is that, honestly, this kind of goes back to a point I've said in another video, like where you can't win without losing. You can't really experience the highs of your life if you don't experience these lows. And a hard truth about life is that these lows can last a while. There can be some long lows you experience. Not to get too much into me, but I've been in one for quite a while. You know, just kind of like it kind of feels like nothing's going on, you know? Like, sure, things are okay, you know, like things could be worse, but at the same time, there's nothing cool, there's nothing unique going on, you know? Nothing to spice up your day-to-day. It's just kind of the same day on repeat. So, why does this make you so sad, you know? Like, I think it's probably because, again, those people around you, like, even for me, like, I have so many people around me that are my age that are starting to get towards internships and, like, starting to probably, like, get into their, like, dream job while I'm their same age, and I genuinely feel like I haven't even started. But something I think is really important to remember is that comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is one of the worst things you can experience. One of the worst things you can do to yourself is comparing yourself to others. We are all so unbelievably different from each other. So many differences. Some of us are born into this world and are just facing the hardest conditions known to man, while others are literally sitting on, like, penthouse balconies, like, enjoying the like, the nice breeze, you know? We all start different, we all have different hobbies, different interests, different goals, different passions, different experiences. And even if these are the people that are at your school, you know, they're not you. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know how your life has developed, how you've gotten to this point. They might know a little bit, but you gotta remember that, like, you gotta take care of yourself. You have to prioritize what is important to you. In some stage in your life, that probably will be a relationship and these, like, really close friendships. But right now, maybe focus on really enjoying alone time. Because what I've started to notice with me is that the more I start to accept being alone, the more comfortable I am being alone, the less I really care. The less I feel bad about it. Because I accept myself, you know? I accept being alone. I accept having this alone time because I get to pursue my own passions. I get to go into what I think is cool. I get to experiment with ideas I haven't been able to before because the past of my life has been so consumed by other people. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous that you don't know many people, because you get to start early if you want. Now I know you hear these things like friendships and relationships are the best thing, you know, love is the best feeling you could ever feel. But honestly, two things. One, all this waiting is definitely going to make it feel much better, which I know I don't want to just tell you keep waiting, but if you're going to really wait, if that's all you really want right now, then how else are you going to achieve it? Now, of course, I'm not going to rule out the possibility you can just go say screw it and ball out and go say hi to a new person, and all of a sudden you have the greatest relationship ever. You know, I'm not saying don't go out and be social. Be you, do what you want to do. But at the same time, remember that you can live at your own pace, you know? You don't gotta be in these relationships to be happy. Going back to what I said earlier, like, I experienced like a long-term high school relationship, and it was good. I experienced some of the happiest moments of my life, but along with that, I did experience some of the lowest moments of my life. I have regrets about it. I wish I didn't sometimes. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Even though you see the front of it, like, and I'm not saying, you know, all relationships are like this. All right, let's be clear. You might find the person that is your dreams and it's like the greatest thing to have happen. There's not a single dull moment. Everything is awesome. Okay, I'm not denying that that can happen. I'm just saying be grateful for your situation and what you can do. Because there are some people that I know would be killing to be in your shoes. Have no other distractions going on, no one to tend to, just be able to do what you want. I think the most important thing to remember, and I'll keep saying this, is that you have the freedom to do what you want. You can chase what you want. You can get into a hobby, you know? Like, I always say this in all these videos, but like, hey, if you got free time, you could try out Minecraft speedrunning. I heard this from my grandpa one time after I experienced a big moment in my life. Like a pretty life-changing thing. I was talking to him in the car, and I asked him, well, I just told him that I felt so behind. I felt like everyone was ahead of me, and, you know, they were all in these relationships and all happy, but I had nothing going on. And I asked him if maybe he experienced this as like a younger kid. And he told me about all of his friends who were kind of in my position. All of those friends, many of them ended up never getting into a relationship in their entire life. They passed away before ever experiencing one. But according to my grandpa, they were some of the happiest people he had ever met. They were people who really dived into their passions, people who really just kind of went to their craft. There's more to life than love and friends. There's yourself, you know, there's interest, there's passion, there's hobby. It's not just fill out the boxes and you'll be happy. You can do anything. Take advantage of that, especially in your position. Take advantage of what you can do. Take advantage of the opportunities that come to you. And I think over time you'll start to feel a little more fulfilled. Again, you are pretty young. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, you don't know how it feels to be old. No, I'm literally 19. I'm like 3 years older, okay? I know I have a lot to experience too. But in the 3 years that have passed since I've turned 16, I've realized that I was young, and I am young, and I do have a lot to experience. So for now, I'll value what I can, and I'll know that my future holds some pretty cool stuff probably. And let me tell you, these past 3 years, some pretty cool stuff has happened. All right. There's been a lot of cool things that have happened, and a lot of them wouldn't have happened if I didn't spend time alone, if I didn't go into my hobbies. Voice crack. If there's one thing to leave you with, it would be, again, just accept who you are, even if that is in the absence of others. You do not need other people to be happy. Some of the most successful people start alone. just make sure that, you know, you hold a lot of value in yourself. Because again, if you respect yourself enough, if you're a close enough friend to yourself, then you won't even need other people. People won't be the necessary factor in your life. They'll just be a nice addition. You don't need them. They're nice to have around, of course, but you won't need them to live. That's my take. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoyed watching.